Well, I'm just waiting for it to come online and we're going to get started right away with this. I'm going to clear this comment here. Okay, guys. Well, just came back from El Nido, that 15-day trip, which was pretty crazy to say the least, right? And you haven't seen all the videos, but you've seen quite a few of them. And if you have been watching, well, then you would have seen that it was a little rough, right? A little rough, but also just everything. Everything is much more expensive. And well, here you go. This is the central bank of the Philippines. And they're saying that just in May alone, there was 7.1 to 7.9% is what they're projecting inflation. And that's not just like, oh, airplane tickets cost some more or that kind of thing. That, you know, that's a given. Everybody probably has seen that. But what happened is rice, all different types of food, everything costs more money. Specifically, they say rice, vegetables, and meat prices, but we've seen it in almost everything you can imagine. And it's happening just all over. And it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible because, you know, people like us, we're like, oh, you know, a few more dollars, you know, we don't worry about it as much, right? But the average Filipino here, they're struggling. And you got to realize that, like, COVID was a big problem here also, just like the rest of the world, where a lot of things got very expensive. But I don't know if you guys noticed, a lot of things got expensive, and many of those things never went back to normal, yet people weren't making more money, at least not here in the Philippines. They're pretty much stuck on this average 500 pesos for the bottom, which is a very big part, the service industry, that kind of thing, right? And so, yeah, like it was already getting bad. It was already very difficult for people here. And now everything. So it's not just like the fuel, right? You go get pump the fuel and everything. No, sure, that's going to hurt some pocketbooks. But when it affects rice and vegetables, meat, all those things, and doesn't it make you wonder, like, if those prices never really came down after COVID, like, I know when I ran the restaurant and everything, right? Or me and Catherine, we weren't able to make any profit on things. It was somebody's making that money. The biggest companies with the highest buying power or the biggest distributors, the wholesalers, their margins must have gone up, because if the farmer and everybody along that sequence is all getting the same, then where'd the money go? Makes me wonder, right? It's pretty rough. So I just uploaded a video 1 hour ago, right? And showing you guys El Nido. I thought the weekend things would be so much better. All right, it's a weekend, you know, go to Boracay on the weekend. It's packed, you know, that kind of thing. But no, it was dead. It was incredibly dead. There was almost nobody. Like, don't get me wrong, there was 2 hotspots. Where we ended up staying was a pretty popular place, decently popular, not full. And I know it's rainy season, but there's got to be some more than that. That was really crazy to be out on the main beach empty. See, so many boats are still there. They're not out on tours or anything. But then later at night, that's when people come back from the tours anyway. So we saw it, that other than they have this one place, it's like a backpacker's place, right? What do they call them? Hostels. And they have one in Coron, also the same brand. And yeah, it's packed. Everybody comes from wherever they're staying. They all go there, and the party is crazy there. But what is that packed? Packed is what, 70 people, right? So we got 70 there, maybe another 70 or 100 in our hotel. And then we'd walk down the beach, and every hotel was either closed up by 10 p.m., 9 p.m., even 8 p.m. The restaurants are already closed, or they're open with nobody in there. And we saw this every single place going down the beach. But then I go in, like I tried to negotiate with the hotels saying, I don't want to pay 10,000 pesos. I'm going to be your only guest. You have 50 rooms and I'm going to be your only guest. Like, can you talk to your manager? Can we get a better deal? Because for a box, it just doesn't seem like a reasonable thing. And it seems like I should have the ability to negotiate here. But nobody would do it. Like, one said, okay, well, instead of 16,800, it's going to be 16,000. And I was like, for 2 nights. And I was like, what? You have? And sure enough, the next night, we already booked a better place and everything. You'll see it in the video. Way awesome place. Definitely recommend it. Walking down the beach, and we look over. The restaurant was closed at 8 o'clock, and there was nobody there. You can't see towels hanging on their balcony. No, nothing. Nobody used the pool. They rather have nothing, which blows my mind because they still have the staff there. They still pay them. It's not like an hourly thing you send people home. This is the Philippines. You pay them. You have to pay them on a daily rate, and you pay them regardless if they come in for 3 hours or 10 hours, whatever. Well, not 10 hours, legally 8 hours. But so it was baffling to me, but then also like just traveling, it was so difficult because the ferries, they were limited now. They would have like, say, 5 ferries a day before. Now they're doing 1 or 2. And and of course, raising the price 30% or so. The planes have gotten better. And I don't know if the government stepped in, what's happened. I don't know, like, because the fuel prices dropped dramatically, but that's because the government removed all taxes. So it made it seem like everything is okay because it's only slightly higher than it was before. When I say slightly, I mean, it used to be 50 and now it's like 80, but it's not 150. So it makes the people feel a little more comfortable about it. And I think they did that with the airline flights because it was up to, for example, here in Manila, it was costing 15,000 pesos to fly to Manila to Rojas City for a while. Maybe like a week or two it did that. And then all of a sudden now it's down to 6. And to give you an idea, we used to book, me, Catherine, and Laura, round trip to Manila. We could get it for 6. Now it's one person you could get for 6. So it's still not great, but it's not 15,000 a person. So it did change. And by the way, I'm in here because we have power outage. This is my office where I usually work when I'm home. And yeah, it was a scheduled brownout. We had told it was going to be 5 a.m. to 5 p.m., all this stuff. I had the generator ready. I was going to do everything because with fiber optic, if you have a generator or anything, you plug your modem in, it'll work no matter what. But of course, my luck, the reason they had the 12-hour scheduled brownout is they trim all of the branches and trees away from the lines for getting ready for rainy season or typhoon season or whatever you want to call it, monsoon season. And so it's good, you know, I get it and everything. On a Sunday is a little crazy because we're very busy on Sundays along the beach. That's where everybody goes. But either way, I think they cut our cable 10 minutes before the live. I had it all set up, tested the internet, everything was good. But I'm going to traverse into what I was getting to is the electricity prices went down. This month, they lowered it a peso per kilowatt hour. And so we're at 12 now. And we were at 14, 15 not long ago. So it's another thing that it's like, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense because everything else is costing way more money. There is no change in the crisis or anything, kind of thing. But the electrical... The airlines have gone back down. Well, not all the way, not by far. It's still triple. And fuel prices have gone to a little bit more, less getting people screaming. Very interesting, to say the least. I know my lighting's a little weird. I was right to the last minute setting this up, so forgive me here. So anyway, I loved El Nido. Listen, if you guys want to travel, now's the time. Yeah, you get rain for an hour this time or an hour and a half, you know, whatever a day. It's really not like, I guess we're getting a monsoon from the Japanese, getting a massive super typhoon. And we're going to get a monsoon for like 3 days this week. So it is possible you can have a whole day of rain, but it's not likely. It's only because of that one event. But now is a kind of good time because everything is empty. If you like peace and quiet, you want your pick of everything, it's kind of the time. Going to be honest. But, you know, you would think they'd be more up to dropping prices, negotiating, that kind of thing. And I couldn't find it. We tried. We went to hotel. I'm like, I'm a YouTube vlogger. Come on, let's go. This is only going to benefit you. Nope. No discounts. And I'm not doing it because I said I would like trade anything. I'm just like, duh, like it would be helpful for your business even if one person books. It's only a positive, right? And it didn't work, but anyway, it is what it is. So yeah, I don't know what you guys have seen. I know a lot of you are here in the Philippines also, and you've been traveling, or what's tourism like where you are, or people finding that, or just overall cost of living gone up back in America, Canada, just in the last 2 months? Because here it's dramatic. Like, yeah, everything's gone up after COVID, everything else. But then just in the last 2 months, we have been slammed with extra costs on everything. I had to buy a battery backup for my computer here, and I couldn't believe it was $300. I'm like, oh my God. I'm just like, please, please, please. That's terrible. Like right now, we had blew so much money. We didn't mean to. Last month was horrible. Both mine and Catherine's cell phones broke to a point where they couldn't replace the screens anymore. Mine, it was in my back pocket, and I guess these phones are so cheap nowadays. What happened to, they used to make the indestructible phones, now they don't. So anyway, the motherboards are gone and all this stuff. So we had to buy new phones. It was just a real pain. And in the Philippines, you used to be able to buy a phone for 10,000 pesos. And now it's 28, 35, thousand pesos. It's a big difference. And if they're only going to last 6 months, like who cares about all these features and benefits? It's 6 months. It's garbage. It's crazy how they're building everything. So anyway, so I'm going to get to some of your comments here because I want to hear like what you guys think. And yeah, I'm glad you guys came back. I know some of you couldn't. I usually get way more people when I do a live stream in the mornings, with the nice beach behind me and everything. And well, it's also like the evening for a lot of people, where I know a lot of you might have something to do on Sunday morning, and because, well, some of us got a life, I guess. Anyway, so hello, by the way, to Rick. Thank you very much, Rick. And Lone Ranger is saying hello to Rick. Never mind. Well, hello, because they're just chatting back and forth. Aloha from Southern Leyte. I do want to get there. 2.5 hours from Tacloban. How is that volcano? What happened with that? I'd love to know. But I do have to get down there. Hello, hello. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, Mike, Kat, and Lara. Hello. I just finished El Nido video. The El Nido video, very nice. Thank you very much. I don't know if that was this morning's comment because I was supposed to go live this morning because there's a new one already out. Because it's the end of the month, we got to push. Our views were down for the month. So we're like, oh God, we're going to feel this if we don't put something out. And so, yeah, we just put the video up at 8 p.m. because it counts for the end of the month. Howdy, Ventura from Ventura, California. Is that copy paste, Brian? Because you always send the same one, and I appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat, $2. Thank you. Awesome. We are at the start of a global depression. It's a funny thing. It's like, what would take for a depression to happen? Massive debts that are, the interest rates are higher than the amount of money that people could pay. Check, right? Like wars that are never ending, and like wars like World War II got people out of the depression, all that stuff, because, well, it employed everybody, right? But now it's all drone wars and faraway wars that you never really see much about it. And yeah, some businesses make a lot of money if you're making bombs or something, but it's not the same, right? Now it's just hurts everybody, and it's. But the crazy thing is there's a lot of companies making huge record profits, though, from this, right? Sorry, I'm just getting over a cold, too. Yeah, there's people making big conglomerates making an astronomical amount of money. So there is this, like, money moving from people here to up here, and it's just getting, like, it always was that way, but now I feel like it's so much more. It's being pushed to the top, and everybody else is just feeling it. So I don't know. I hope it's not a start of a global depression. I feel like we've been in one. We just don't call it that anymore because it's politically unsavory to say that type of thing. And so I think we've all been, not a depression, but we've been in a recession. And we just weren't told by the media it was a recession. So we don't call it a recession. That's how I think it is actually taking place. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. I forgot my coffee over there. I'm going to get it in a second. All right. Oh, tried. Oh, I love that. Oh, no, it's a restaurant that was similar. Dos Jimeros in Old Side on the beach, Old Fisherman's Port. Charlie is the owner, son with several. Oh, that's why I saw it on the side of the boats. Yes. Dos Jimeros. Hermanos boats. We have stayed there 3 years from London. I don't know where that is. Bayong. Super small hotel. I appreciate it. What's up, dude? Hello, Little Penny. Are you planning to have kids of your own? I'm snipped. Maybe we'll adopt one day if if I'm down for it. But she doesn't seem to be, so it's okay. It's okay. As long as she is, not pushing for it, and she's not. She's kind of happy, just one. Toad hello, hi, hello. Hey, Frankenfell. What's up, guys? What's up? Nice to see you guys. I love your cartoons, by the way. Your comic books. Sorry, your comic book's pretty cool. St. Mary's Elementary and High School in Rojas City is a really great school. Fantastic. Current flight tickets one way from East Coast Manila is 1,000 to 1,300. You normally 500 to 700. Yeah, and I know as Canadians, they're like up there now, like 3,000. But right after COVID, when I was looking, a round trip was 5 to 7,000. And then, of course, they did come down in price. Competition has that way. But now it's right up again. The funny thing is like if you're leaving America one way, it shouldn't be that, because America has a huge amount of oil, but they price it worldwide, and so everybody who has oil just makes a fortune. It's a crazy world we live in. When traveling from Rojas City to Iloilo City, do you stop by Ivisan? It's a town municipality. Yeah, we actually love one of the hotel resorts that just opened in Ivisan. It's really beautiful there. I go to their boat races, which is these little mini boats with these huge motors, and they fly like crazy. They hold that once a year there too. It's nice. But you have to drive a long way from the main highway to get to the beach. That's the only thing. It's really far down there. But still, really beautiful. Charlie will organize... maybe it's Charity. I thought it was a spelling mistake. We'll organize all their boat tours, ferries, zip lines, vanilla beach tips, etc. Angel Wings, Pinoy restaurant, upstairs town, local laundry, pharmacy, BPI. Fantastic. Tell me, when you say 7% inflation for May, you actually mean yearly average? No, I don't believe so. I believe they literally said they're expecting May. I'll bring it back up so you can see that. Where did it go? I had it. Here it is. So it says May inflation. Yeah. So that's the central bank back there. Central bank, in its latest month ahead inflation forecasts, they said rice, vegetables, meat prices remain key sources of upward pressure during the month, but they're projecting May inflation to be that high. Not the year, May. Terrible. Really, really bad. Yeah, all over. Where was I? Oh, back in the comments here. Okay. Saying hello. Hey, how about bonjour? Bonjour. Comment ça va? Here on holidays for 3 months. Fantastic. From Belgium, it's still 1,500 euros for a minimum ticket to go there and back. It's not 17-hour travel, but 2 to 3 day travel to get there. Can do better things with that money than that. Yeah, well, the thing is like the Philippines is also facing a massive currency crunch right now, right? The currency has devalued to everybody. Canadian dollar, American dollar, Australian dollar, so on and so forth. And so they're getting hit on two different fronts because they have to import so much into this country, but their dollar's worth less, or their peso's worth less. And so, of course, that's instantly going to increase the prices 10% on its own. Forget that now all the ships charge more money because they all run on diesel. And then once it gets to this country, distribute around the country between trucks and ships is more. And so you can see how quickly, like everything is 20, 30, 40, 50%, it's going to go up and up and up. And to a lot of us, like we're like, oh, this is great when your dollar goes lower. Like I remember being in automotive manufacturing in Canada, and our customers were American. All right, we're selling to General Motors, Ford, Chrysler, so on. And we loved it. We loved it when our dollar was terrible because we were getting paid in US dollars and paying in Canadian dollars for labor and materials, that kind of thing. And so if the Philippines was a net exporter, it would be a wonderful thing. But it's the opposite, right? The only thing that I can say that is a positive is, say, there is, I think 2 trillion pesos, I believe is the number last year anyway, of how much money was sent back to the Philippines from OFWs. 2 trillion pesos. That's a lot. It's like 32 or 34 billion US dollars. So it's because they always send 500 US dollars every month from their paycheck back to their family member. Well, that 500 US dollars is far more pesos now. And so, yeah, a lot of people here are very happy to see the dollar and the peso, go that direction. But those are the only people. Now, the good thing is most people have some family members sending money back. Like, I think they say it's over 10 million. So it's like about almost 10% of the population is working overseas. And so families are big here. So at least they were at the time they probably had kids, is that you can see how maybe probably 30%, 40, maybe even 50% of the population have a relative working overseas that are probably sending money home because it's a Philippine tradition. So there is different sides of everything. Yeah, Mike, same here. During COVID, they claimed higher costs due to shipping shortage and product pipeline. However, the prices after COVID stayed high. Yeah, nothing ever goes back to the same way. Same with oil, right? Gas prices and everything else. I'm sure I'm not that old. I'm old, but I'm not that old. I remember not that long, it was 30 cents, for in a liter of gas in Canada. Then they shot up like crazy, and I think it went to like $1, and then they settled back at 60 cents, and even though the oil prices went back, like within a year or something went back to the part where we were paying 30. So doesn't really make any sense. How can people weren't paid that much more along the pipeline to make up the difference, or not pipeline, the gas stations or whatever? Because yeah, it just doesn't add up. Let's see. Oh, I stay out of politics, guys. I stay out of it, especially here in the Philippines. Nothing to do with Philippines politics. I missed the live. Oh, you're here. You didn't miss nothing. It's this. I like this time slot for live stream. Oh, I know you do. I generally stay away from the nighttime live streams because I love the beach behind me. That's usually the best thing. But it is what it is. 500 euros from Oslo Northway to Thailand, and max 250 euros from there to Iloilo City. No, that's a really, really good price. Well, considering like a flight to Siargao from Manila, I believe it's 28,000 pesos. So like 80% of what it costs you to come from all the way over there to here would only get you to Siargao, which is an hour, 20-minute flight. How insane. Locally, and people notice that you want to go to Vietnam? No problem. No problem. You can go to Vietnam for half the price as it costs to fly within the country. How insane is that? Cincinnati is here. Welcome, welcome. Good. Hey, Jose. What's up, brother? Good evening, Michael, and everyone here. Thank you for joining in, Jose. Nice to see you, brother. Why are there ads on live streams? Because YouTube doesn't work for free, I guess, because it's their ads. You want an ad from me? I'll give you an ad. Not really. But I do want to show something. I don't know if you guys know, but this is going to help out, well, some of you, maybe a lot of you. You never know. Let's bring it up, though. It's going to take me a second here, and I'm going to show you. Oh, never mind. It's not going to take me a second at all. There you go. Bang. Although it doesn't, it looks weird. But as you can see on this screen here, if I can find that one and move it over. Oh, no, it's just not the right size. Control. There we go. Okay, so there you go. And I guess move it down or up. I don't know. It's kind of in the middle. But I'll just show you guys real quick. This is my newest website, absolutely free. I don't charge anything, not for people posting it, not for you guys looking. But this site, oh, sorry, I'm really zoomed in here. But so this is the Philippines, as you can see, right? And this is a new site, so keep in mind there's going to be a lot more. But if you zoom in, here's Cebu. The more you zoom in, the more, oh, there's 3 in this one section here. Oh yeah, So here, you see the listings here. So this one is so cool. I spent a lot of time on this. It took me, I think, a little over a month to build all of this out. I still make improvements too, and I plan to do it for the rentals as well. And it's going to be like MLS. So it is going to help people. So if you're ever going to be buying property or a condo or anything, like you might be married Filipino, you buy a house or whatever, right? And build your own house, whatever. You'll be able to use this site, but think about this: in a year from now, the prices, once they're removed for being sold or whatever, they take it off the market, that price stays on that listing forever. It'll be grayed out, but the history, the listing history will always be there. And so you will be able to see, and like just like on MLS, you'll be able to go down the street and see what things sold for before, or at least listed for, depending on how much information I end up getting from the agents or owners. But you'll see that pricing history. And that's going to add a lot of help to a lot of people. Here in the Philippines, real estate agents, if you go to a real estate agent in the Philippines and you say, hey, this is what I want, they don't have a listing website. There is no one-all, like some agencies have their own listing website of only their listings, but I mean, there's no multiple listing service, right? And so that agent can only show you what they know of. That's it. So it might be a handful, maybe they have 20, but they're going to try to put your square peg in a round hole, right? Because we all know you got a square peg, right? So this is going to hopefully solve that. This has only been, what, a month and a half or whatever. And, you know, I think that's pretty deep. Wait, 200 and, wait, I got to get the whole country in this thing. 290. There you go. 290 listings so far. Give me a year and this will be in the thousands, many, many thousands. And it's really going to help with agents, because you go to an agent and they have to say, I want this specifically. They will be able to go in there and they get better access than the rest of everybody else, right? So if I click on this link here, gives you all the information, tells you about title and clean title, tax declaration current, and Filipino ownership only. So there you go, it is there. Where specifically it is, plus they have a Google Maps link, so you can go do that. But you calculate a mortgage, you can do that. But then see this market analysis thing. And so agents will have access to this market analysis, that part, where they will get deep understanding of things and they get to know more about the property. And that way there is an advantage to going to an agent. I want to support the agents and help them. But they will be able to go in and, you know, bring you a curated list of actual properties that meet what you're looking for, and not just the random ones that they have and they're just going to try to sell you on. So hopefully one day we will have that all solved and figured out. And like I said, everything is absolutely free. So costs nothing, costs me only. And take advantage of it. Of course, the rental site is on there too. I should have pointed that out. You can go up to rentals and it will take you to the rental site. The rental site will be like this eventually. I just don't have the time to do it yet. If I can get that. Oh, I don't know why that's taking so long. Maybe because I'm already chugging up the internet right now. Yeah, that's why. Because it is loading. There we go. So anyway, there's the rental site, long-term rentals, short-term rentals, and then it'll take you back to that. But if you go to long-term rentals, you know, 6 months, a year, that kind of thing, and my internet is struggling. Here you get, you know, where we have 1,000. We do, but then we always drop them off. Okay, 648, because I remove old listings. These are always current, fresh now. I know in the beginning the listings were getting up to like 1,200. Well, that wasn't realistic. But anyway, search by city, click on the map if you want, and it'll propagate if you give it better internet than I'm giving it right now. And then you can zoom in and see how many listings. But yeah, my internet's not keeping up. Anyway, tplbuy.com. There's my commercial. tplbuy.com. And there you go. Hopefully it helps a lot of people. I think it will. I think it'll be very, very useful. Okay. There you go. Super chat. Yes, super chat. It's the end of the month. No, I'm not a beggar. I'm not going to be a beggar. Let's see. Hi from Georgia, USA. My wife and I were at El Nido last year during the same time, and it was busier. Yeah, it's dead. It's dead. Where do we get a gaming computer built like that? Oh, I built my own. And I couldn't afford very much. So what I did is I bought like one every month. I bought a new component, and I finally got to assemble it. And it's not done because I've got my SD drives in here, the fast ones, right? But I need my proper big hard drives so that I can get rid of Google Drive. Because think about how much I pay Google a fortune to store all my videos and all my backups of everything and everything. And so I'm going to turn this into like a server also, so I can dial into it and just take it out of there and stop paying Google. That's my goal. So yeah, I got a few more things I want to do to it, but it works for now. That's what matters. And it's fast. But I had to buy everything online and build it myself. Everything sold in the store at malls? No, cheap garbage, low cost, but you get what you pay for. I was in El Nido back in February. It was so packed there, it was impossible to get accommodation. Wow. Literally walked into every place. Be great to see it now. Yeah. Well, look at today's video at 8 o'clock. Empty. All right. So do you think Justin Bieber... I don't know anything about that. You're way off of my time zone. What do you call it? Time zone? No, my age. My age is short. Hey, Frank and Fell just sent 10 gift memberships to 10 different people. Thank Frank and Fell, by the way. They're awesome vloggers also, located in Iloilo City. They do a lot of cool things. If you're into golf, if you're into trucks, like raised trucks with snorkels, and they do dirt biking and quads, and they do everything. They do everything, absolutely everything. Anyway, check out their channel. Thank you very much, Frank and Fell. That's awesome of you. And welcome to all of the new members. So now you'll have the little green, like these guys are showing up in your chat here. And you have access to the videos that I have in the members only section. Hello. Yeah, sorry. They would have been in this if we could have held it at the house. No internet right now. Hopefully tomorrow they'll get the lines fixed, and well, they better. And we'll be back to normal. Australia is definitely recession. Oh, geez. Yeah, I've seen. It's so expensive there. Nobody has any money left over. It's crazy. The hotel I stayed at was called Friends. Oh. This was a beachfront, and it was 6,000 pesos a night. Well, that's pretty good with a pool. Yeah, like they're like 8 now, and it's off season. Like you said, like there was some at 6 something, but there was always something about it that I was like, oh, really? I wouldn't pay that. So crazy how cheap it is to go from Norway to the Philippines compared to other major airports and countries with 10 times the population. Well, it can't be 10 times the population unless you're talking about China, because Philippines has 110 million. Oh, or maybe you're talking about Norway's population. I agree. What are the flights from Manila Rojas? So they still maintain the 9 flights a day right now, and it's pretty good. But I looked today, it's about 6,000 pesos round trip per person. 3.8 was the cheapest I saw for one way on the specific day, that kind of thing. Oh, you guys are chatting. Are Western women in Canada liberal? Yeah. Oh, Canada, man. It's Canada. What can I say? Heck yeah. They are. I try to stay out of this stuff, man. I don't want to make anybody mad. I got friends on all the spectrum, I try. I like to put myself in everybody's shoes and realize we all come from different backgrounds and everything. Nonstop from LAX to Manila can still be had for under $550. And that's pretty awesome. But I heard, again, back into the politics, but I can't really avoid it. In this case, it's policy that's going to change. If the policy happens, they may remove international flights out of sanctuary states. So there may be no flights out of there very soon going anywhere outside of the country. I heard that. Yeah, so there's like something going on over there. Will Canada be the 51st? Okay. Mark is doing good at. Thank you. So was Michael, by the way. Thanks, Frank. How many Aswang? Never seen it. You know, the funny thing is yeah, we got this like Capiz. They talk about Aswang. I only know one person in this whole city that even like pretends like it's a thing going on here. I am living here over 2 years now, or right at 2 years. Oh my God, tomorrow's 2 years. Yeah, I've never ever come across anything or anybody's stories or anything like that. Maybe I'm in the wrong circles. Philippines Airlines via kayak. Oh, that Canadian one, eh? I was looking in August. Need to check on July. Why do you... Oh, you're talking to somebody else. Good morning, Michael from Summerlin. Hey, hope you and the gals are doing well. We are, thank you. Yes, gas at Costco Red Rick yesterday was $4.97, up from $4.53 in a week. And I canceled my trip from back to New York and Florida. Yeah, and you know, like people in California are probably wishing they had your price. But yeah, we're at like, what are we at? $9? Just because the US dollar is also hurting. It might even be close to $10 per gallon, US gallon. Pretty crazy. But you guys got it kind of good down there. I know it's not the $2.99 or you know that kind of thing that you might be accustomed to, but I know it's all relative. Is it going to get cheaper? Got to do something. Something's got to happen. Something's got to change. Otherwise, it can't. Would you recommend Iloilo as a place to visit for 14 days for a first-timer in the Philippines? Yeah, it depends what you're looking for. That's the problem with that. Oh, super chat there. I'll get that in a second. What are you wanting out of the Philippines is what matters. If you just want the tourist thing, then no. Then you definitely want to go to Bohol, Boracay, Siargao, Siquijor. Well, Siargao for the younger people, Siquijor for the younger people. But you want to go to like, or El Nido, like where I just was, like if you just want that beach thing. But if you want to scope it out, you want to see if you want to live here or whatever, the general rule is pick a city for the soft landing so that you can get all the creature comforts or whatever and get yourself acclimated, that kind of thing, where there's air conditioning all over the place and stuff like that, and get taxis, no problem. And then move on to more provincial type cities. So Iloilo is like the sweet spot. It's kind of like, it's in the middle of the country, and it's kind of not Cebu or Manila. It's only 500,000 population, not 4 million or 10 million, which Manila is more than that if you count Quezon and all that. So it's like 30 some odd million, crazy number. So it has that feature to it. But a lot of solo people, guys, right? They go to Iloilo and they're not very happy because it's like a suburban town. You know, it's people live in the suburbs. And then they come in to eat because you have all the restaurants. They have great food all over the place. They have good malls, like big, huge malls and everything, and good infrastructure. And yeah, it's nice for going out for walks. But if you're single and looking to mingle, that kind of thing, you're probably going to be a little disappointed. People are all working. Everybody has jobs, really good, well-paying jobs. Filipinos there are generally upper middle class, like really well off there. All the restaurants are packed all the time. And you're like looking at the prices going, how do they afford this? Because they make pretty great money there. And all their kids go to top universities and everything. So it's just like, you know, probably not the most ideal. Like a lot of their kids will grow up and their whole goal in life is not to find a mate and settle down. It will be grow up, get out, go work in Canada, America, Australia, whatever, England, and make lots of money and come back when you're retiring, that kind of thing. And so you won't find a lot of people who, it doesn't matter what age date you're dating in, the 20s, 30s, 40s, whatever, those have been all siphoned away in those type of cities there. And so what are you looking for? It really does matter. That's the long answer. Asawa Mary from Luang, La Union, and Trev, and Notting Hill. Wow, a lot of places. And London. Great relevant topics, particularly in the increased student travel costs in Luzon. There's an increase in electrical brownouts too. Yeah. So here in the Western Visayas, so yes, travel costs are going up everywhere. That's a problem. But here in the Western Visayas, we keep running into red alerts. Every day there's a red alert. Then they go to yellow alert. And then we've been very lucky. I don't know how Iloilo has fared out, but here in Capiz, we have lucked out. So the national grid for the Western Visayas is at 100% capacity. And so there's these hot days, they may have to bump people. And so they've been warning, we're going to start taking away power from people so that we don't blow the whole system. And this is why, I had that video there where they were suggesting like a good business to invest in here is anything that generates electricity. I do have to get to that super chat. Anything like that is more than welcomed by the government here, and they will come and help you, and they will do everything possible to help you get that business because they're desperate here, absolutely desperate. I know in Ahui, Ajuy, Iloilo, so really far, like closer to me than it is from Iloilo City. They have a massive one there. I think it's 55 megawatts, and I think it's foreign owned also. I think American actually. Might be wrong on that, but and it should come online soon, and that'll be a little bit helpful. But it sounds like a lot until you realize Western Visayas is huge. So that's a huge population, and so they need a lot more than that. And yeah. Ilo Autocross needs to be vlogged. Yes, sir, and you are doing it. I saw your one today was uploaded there. We were practicing, I think it was. Yeah. Anyway, Frankenfeld, thank you very much. 1,250 pesos. You guys know what that means? It's $20, right? I think that's $20 American right there. Thank you, Frank. Thank you. And Fel. Thank you, guys. You're awesome. Like on that one. Anyway, let me shoot back up. Thank you very much, guys. Why rent if you can buy an affordable home in Rojas City? You basically, I'm not, I do everything for free, and I don't, I show things. I do it for the filming. YouTube gives me some money to film things. So that's what I do. I do not take commissions from these things or anything like that, or charge anything. Nothing like that. It would be illegal. In the Philippines, they're very strict on that kind of stuff, regardless if you're a foreigner or not. So affordable home here, yeah, unless you want to go and get one of the ones that are made for people that are not very well off. They're going to get the Pahibig loan, and there is some houses like 1.8 million pesos, that kind of thing. But you'll be taking from them. Like that's the supply that's for those people. But generally, you're going to be in that 7 to 15 million peso range. And I don't got the money for that. I don't got that kind of money. So, yeah, that's the reason. We rent right now also because when we started renting, we just started dating and everything. I never lived in Rojas City before. You had to feel the place out. I do like it here now. And, we're still working. I am still working to secure the funding to do that big retirement community, but it's $9-10 million US dollars, right, for that project. And I just don't know. For a while there, I thought for sure, but now it's like, wow. Sometimes it's hard to get an answer on some things, but it's very much still could be possibly happening. Coach Rebuilt by Mark is new channel. Yes, I know. I commented already on one of his and liked on it, and yeah, he's already lost 8 pounds, I think, in 1 week. I didn't plan for old age. I thought I had it all the time in the world. Yeah. Then I woke up one morning and I was old. I got you there, Dale. Like, I felt pretty indestructible until about 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago, I think. I was, I went to the doctor there and he's like, oh, your kidneys this and all that stuff. And I always had the high blood pressure since 23. So I dieted and never thought of it as age. But then also my beard started graying recently and stuff like that. Comes like all of a sudden almost, it's like you just felt young. I always looked kind of young for my age. I was doing so well with that. And then bang, just got old. So quickly. Hey, Mike I have to click that, don't I? Yeah, let me do that. There you go. Mike, do you pinch yourself making sure that you're not dreaming? You're not just dreaming, Wildcat? Sometimes I question reality in that, like the whole simulation theory, that kind of thing, you know, that weirdness, because it does feel like I have had two different, I probably feels like I have 10 different lives, to be honest. I've had many crazy lives in my life. And the Philippines feels like a disconnected life. Like this is a whole other life. I've had a few of those different ones in my life, but this one is so much more. And yeah. So maybe not pinch myself, but question the reality of things sometimes, because like, does the past exist? Did it happen? Right? Is this just the way it's always been? It seems weird. I know. I don't want to sound too crazy on this, but yeah, I do. I do. But when it comes to like my relationship with Catherine and having Laura and everything else, that was hard work to get it to the point that it is now. I'm going to be very honest, and you know, we've had videos about it, like fighting through things and getting through things in a relationship. But it worked out to be well worth it, you know. And some of my friends know, like I know Frank and Fel even know, and that kind of thing, and a lot of others. Like we had a lot of ups and downs to get to the point that we're at now, and so. It's great now. Very happy. Is there a direct flight from Moscow to Cataclan? I don't think so. There's no international right now to Cataclan. The airport is under construction. San Miguel owns the airport there, the big beer company, and they're also bidding. But they apparently fell out, but not fell out to build the bridge to Boracay, so that there won't even be the boats anymore. But there's a lot of backlash, and I don't even think that'll happen. We'll see. Anyway, so when we were there, you know, catching the boat to the other place, to Mindoro Island, we could see that the airport expansion is going very fast. And it makes sense when you have a private company doing it and they own the airport and everything. Well, the faster they get it done, the faster you start making money off of it. And so I believe they're going to have an international terminal there eventually. And that shouldn't take too much longer. That's my guess. And then who knows where? Because they have been adding a lot of Russian and Indian flights. Okay, you guys are talking. Okay. Really enjoy the videos and El Nido travel. We are planning trip from US to Luzon this December. We'll try the Duma ferry to Siquijor. As well, we have been to Palawan. Flight to Chicago, Manila, JFK nonstop for $2.9K. Don't we all miss the $800 flights? Yeah, I like Siquijor. It's just, you're going to really love it if you're under 30. You know, it's a lot of young people there. Or if you party like you're under 30, you know, that's possible too. Hey, Tri-Science. Hi, Mike. How you doing? I'm doing good, brother. Thank you. How's Baguio? Another from Cincinnati. Oh, too many of you. Too many people from Cincinnati. Always good to see you. Anyways, prices in the USA have skyrocketed. Yeah. But I think incomes have too. Have they not? Or am I wrong? I'm not tapped in very well. But I see a lot of people, like, you know, you used to be that everybody would retire on their pension or whatever. And it used to be their pension was $1,200. Now I'm just meeting people one after another, and they're like, their pensions are $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 a year, which clearly makes them rich here in the Philippines, right? Like they're not going to have any struggle whatsoever. Yeah, this website is gold. It's a nightmare to look for places to either buy or rent in the Philippines. Highly new. Thank you very much. Thank you. tplbuy.com. Go and check it out, because you guys, you know, even if you're not looking right now, look for the fun of it. It's fun to look at what is available. There's some awesome lots. You can buy an island, I believe, in Palawan. I don't know if it's still there, but I think so. I think so. Yeah, somewhere around here. Maybe not. I don't know. I talked to the guy. I don't know. Oh, maybe it was in El Nido. There's plenty of other things. There's a lot of really cool properties in here. You're like, damn, look at that. How much does that cost? Pretty crazy. Not everybody can buy land. I know. That's the Philippines, but maybe you'll marry a Filipina or a Filipino. I get a lot of single females now who are looking to retire in the Philippines here and asking me questions. So I think, things might be changing a little. My buddy, Ed P, retired from the Air Force and got me interested in maybe relocating in the Philippines, hopefully in a year. God willing. Fantastic. Looking forward to it. You should be part of the tourism department of Rojas City. You have kids. Well, I'm not going to lie. Like when I go to things, they often, like the mayor will get up or whatever, and he will point to me and he'll say things. So I do get credit. I get credit, but it's true. The channel, my camera, I'm not going to take total credit here. My camera shows you it and people just didn't hear about it before. That's all. Would you consider offering advertising through your channel to subscribers? Hint, hint. But perhaps. The key is I can't make money in the Philippines. So a Philippine company cannot. But an American company, a Canadian company, a British company, whatever, can pay me in Canada to my Canadian bank account. Yep, that's legal. Just can't make money inside the Philippines. I looked through your listing sites. Very helpful for our Iloilo. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Thank you. We're just only going to get better. I'm never happy. So I watched, I have 2 more videos to go. There you go. And I have more videos to put out, but we're getting near. Hopefully catching up soon. Look at this, $20. Old school flavor. What's up, brother? Love the El Nido vids and the drone action. Thank you. Ever taken the LTR in Manila? Yeah, it was okay. It's not like riding a subway in New York City or anything, or even in Toronto. Like no homeless people, nobody sleeping on it. Very crowded though, right? Like it's like the buses here. So it depends on the time of day you're going. Like forget seats, like in the buses, people will even like fill up the aisle and everything, even on a bus that, generally has nice comfortable seats with the air conditioning, they still fill those. And so the train was no different than that. So yeah, looking for around 1 to 2 hectares in northern Luzon, you're going to find it. That's actually, people think of like Manila and all that, and you're like, oh, so crowded and everything. You don't have to go too far, not as the bird flies. You might have to travel a lot of traffic to get out of Manila, but you go further out, like you go to Bataan, for example, right? That's not northern, I get it. But Bataan is one of the most beautiful provinces, yet there's almost nobody there, and you're only an hour's, maybe an hour and a half, depending where you are in the province, from Clark. So jump on the highway, you're there, like, go to the Clark Airport or whatever, but then you go there and it's just peaceful and beautiful, lush. And yet there's even you could have a boat and go to Manila, and I can't remember if it was from the bottom of it was a 1-hour boat ride to Manila, and they drop you right at the Mall of Asia. I think it's 1 hour, if not less. Thank you for the super chat. That's really awesome of you. And I write landlords every day. So I'm trying really hard to get more people listing. I write them for the rentals. I write them for that because, that's all I can do. And when Catherine or I pay somebody to help me, if they write, they're Filipinos, they just think they're a scam. Where if I write them and say, hey, this is who I am, this is where I've been here, living in Rojas City, this, then they usually write me back and say, sure. I don't give them the website or anything because I don't want to be nailed for spam. But I tell them, and then they say, sure, what's the website? Not all, but like 30% do. And so that's what I have to do. Getting old is one thing, but if you think old, you will age faster. Definitely. Then you think, stay positive, take care of your health and your body, and your mindset will change. Jose, thank you for the $30 super chat. Thank you very much. And you're completely right. Also what they say is you're only as old as you date. Catherine's 28. Look at that. Well, she's not 28 yet. I'm aging her. She's like 2 months away from being that. Okay, she's 27. So I'm only 27. That's my logic, Jose. You like that? But yeah, no, I don't live like I'm old. And that's the thing. What were we watching? We were watching something where it's like a seniors community on this show. And it went a little like it's a brand new show, and then it's like aliens or something. I don't know. But the part that matters to this is I see them going to this old folks place, right? And just kind of like living a pretty boring life. When I see so many people coming here that are 65 to 85 years old, I don't think I've seen over 85 yet, like come and meet me. They come here to the Philippines and every one of them have a reawakening, right? Like one friend that moved here, subscriber, he moved here and he, Paul, and he loved Roja City right away. And he's like, but my favorite thing to do is ballroom dancing. And I was like, guess what? We have ballroom dancing here, right at the beach and then down here. And so then he joined that. Next thing you know, he's meeting ladies and he's, just having the time of his life. But back home, he would have been like in a senior center with somebody on a piano playing bingo, And now he's drinking with the boys and hanging out, and he looks so much younger now, and he's just feeling fantastic. And my friend Harry, he goes to the gym every day, and he went from somebody looking like an old man to now being a fit guy and walking on the beach every night and enjoying the sunset and having like spaghetti dinners for all the expats and everything. It's a regeneration of your life. It's hard to explain, but yeah, everything changes for people that come here, and it's a new opening. I think more people need to take advantage of. I think I have eaten star apples, but it's been a while, so I don't remember too much. Wolfgang and the earplugs. Okay, you guys are talking to each other. Okay. Hey, there we go. Oh, you got one too. Look at that. Panama Chili. Is it Chile or Chile? Not sure. That's awesome. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, guys. Costs nothing today. And if you aren't subscribed, please do that too. Why not? Flying back to Toronto for the summer to play golf and tennis. Oh, why don't you play it here? Too hard to play in the Philippines. 1,600 one way. You could have had, what is it, Cebu that has an indoor golf course, like in a dome? I don't remember. Something like that. Anyway, you can, but there are definitely indoor tennis places you could go to. Cheaper than 1,600, just saying. But yeah, it's going to get cool soon. Rainy season comes, temperatures drop. You'll see me again wearing leather jacket or whatever. I think my jacket died, but wearing jackets, and I'll be wearing jeans every day again. I'm actually looking forward to that. I actually like that. I don't like too much rain, but when the rain brings the cooler temperatures, I really love it. There we are. Is the road to Roja City from Iloilo good now? It was terrible in the 90s. Oh, yeah, I make it in 2 hours to Iloilo. So yeah, definitely. I'm a little crazy. So maybe it's 2 hours and 15 minutes for you. But even the bus that has to make all the stops in Pasay City, sit for 20 minutes, another stop here or there, going all the way, it's 3 hours on the nose. Like it's almost by clockwork, 3 hours sitting on the bus from Iloilo to here. So it's definitely much better. Don't get me wrong. Every once in a while you'll meet a pothole, but it's a lot better. Actually, may not even have the potholes right now. It's been good. But going to Kalibo, as soon as you hit the Aklan border, see, Aklan, they're spending the money on the road to go to Boracay, no problem. Like, other than there's one part in the mountain where they keep having problems where the water washes off the mountain. It's smooth. You can go flying. But the one over here, going to Boracay, they don't put any priority in it. And 2 years I've been driving that. And the potholes just get worse and worse, and they don't seem to do anything about it. Blows me away. Canadian military member going to eventually retire in the Philippines with my wife. Fantastic. Withholding taxes 25%. I know you can submit the NR5 to the withholding rate decrease. What is possible? Yeah, or you can do the 6 months and never worry about that, but you might have to do that. Yeah. I'm not retired yet, so I don't get a pension or anything. So, but I know the clawback. I know that it exists, and that's a bit of a pain. But you're going to get your pension, right? I didn't know it's not your military pension. It's only the Canada pension plan, I think, right? Is 25%? Or is it all? That part I don't even know. I'm not a tax accountant. Please don't take any of my word for it on this kind of thing. But and I was only in the reserves for a short period. I don't get anything. I'm not going to have any money or anything. But I might get the SRV courtesy. We're waiting right now. Just sent my passport to Manila to go to get my stamp moved from my old passport to my new passport because I got a new one. And then I have the military documents. Thank you so much, by the way. You know who you are. As I'm going to be able to submit them for pre-approval. And we'll see. They might say yes, and then I can have the lifetime visa for $1,500 that they give to military members. We'll tune in later, Mike. Okay. Have my global content creator Sunday coffee hour. That's a mouthful. In 23 minutes. Okay. Have a wonderful time. Thank you very much for joining. TPL, that powerful. No, it's really good. I'm going to be very honest. Being in Rojas City has been a great experience for power outages. We do not really get that many power outages. Very, 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 very rare. And almost always, and the only reason I say this, the typhoon last year, when it was close or whatever, they were concerned and they shut it off without notice. And they didn't put it back on until it was all clear. And that's because they're worried about people, so some of these low-lying areas, they get flooded out or something happens, and now they're electrocuting themselves. So I kind of get it. Well, I do get it. It's not even a kind of get it. I get it. So, but other than that, everything is pre-scheduled. So today we knew, they told us a week ago, 5 a.m. to 5 p.m., power outages. We're going to be trimming all the trees along the lines, get ready for monsoon season, right? If they don't do it, you will have problems all the time. And so I appreciated it, and I have no problem with it. It only happens, they do these tree trimming things, usually neighborhood by neighborhood, but this is the one they do the whole city. Iloilo is getting done Monday. I think it's Monday. Catherine sent it to me. And so Frank, I don't know if you know about this, but Catherine sent it to me. Iloilo is getting it. Same thing, 12 hours. And so they're doing all the preparations, right? But I had the generator ready. I was ready to go. But when they were trimming those trees, they must have clipped the fiber optic line from my internet company because it was flashing red. And I contacted them and they're like, that's loss of service. That means somebody did somebody move your modem? And I'm like, no, we're here in the Kubo. The modem's in the house. So nobody touched my modem. And he's probably, and very likely, said that they probably cut it somewhere along the line when they were cutting the branches. So 10 minutes before my live. Anyway, so it doesn't happen very often. Very, very rare. 9 flights a day from Rojas City to Manila now. Yeah, because it's Cebu Pacific has 2 or 3. Philippines Airlines has 2 or 3. And then Asia Pacific has 2, something like that. Air Asia, not Asia Pacific, Air Asia. Hi from Clark, Pampanga. Hello, hello. I paid 88 pesos per gallon for diesel today. See, that is fantastic. You know how much they're paying in El Nido? Over 100 pesos. Woo! But yeah, they've taken all the tax out of it, so it's kind of like hidden now. The tax is a big part of fuel. Cincinnati was $4.99, down to $4.59 in some places. So I got my light traveling dialed in, carry-on hard case and a duffel bag on top. Light travel is best. True. When you're flying, a lot of these airlines, man, they're going to nail you. Cheap distance from Manila to Coron, El Nido, Iloilo, Rojas City, or vice versa. Well, we only get flights from Manila. So if you're flying, you have to go from Manila to here. Iloilo has flights, I think, to every one of those except for Rojas City because we're 2 hours away drive, so they don't fly that short. But all of those, Iloilo has an international airport. So Manila, Iloilo. El Nido, Coron, all that, again, you can go to Iloilo, but there's very, very few flights to Coron, just to be clear. And the planes are tiny, very, very tiny with the propellers on it. And you get in and it's like a tube, and maybe you have like 2 people wide or something, or 1 on each side with an aisle. It's very small planes. It feels a little weird flying in those little ones. But Corona is a very small place. Have you been to Bataan? I didn't know we had a Bataan in Capiz. Lime Resort in El Nido is doing special at the moment. 4K per night. Yes, if you booked it before May and you stay between August and September, I think it is. It's 4K per night. I looked into that too. It was like, well, 4.5 in the elevator. It says 4, and then you read it and it says no. It's you must book it before the end of May, and then you have to 4 dates of August, September, maybe October also. Have you ever done a video at the University of Philippines in the Iloilo? So I have been a speaker there. I don't think they got permission. Some schools get me permission. I have done talks to the students at like some big name schools, but they can't get me permission. And I there's a big one in Manila, right? It's like the second oldest university in the country or something. Anyway, and I did the talk there to 2 different classes, a media class, and I don't remember, it's been too long. And filmed the whole thing, had permission from the dean, everything, but it took one teacher to report this to the lawyers and the privacy thing. And they had to take down the video like 4 hours in to it being up online. I had to take it down from their legal team saying somebody complained, even though I had written permission. They invited me. They took care of everything. They took me over for dinner or lunch, and just everything was set up by them and organized by them. Military member plan on retiring in the Philippines. Oh yeah, you already asked on that. Sorry, didn't have more information for you on that. Oh, it jumped on me, so I'm going to answer this. Hi, Michael. Just came on YouTube. Catch you for a live. Hey, thank you very much, because I'm actually here in Makati since arriving there too. Finally got away from Northern Ireland. Well. Hopefully you're coming to our expat meetup. Come down to Rojas City. Take the quick flight down here, It's the 2nd, so it'll be the 14th. The 14th of this month is the expat meetup, 3 p.m. Come down. Have a good time. I see I got a super chat here too. Hey, Boris Wings. Bora's Wings or Boris Wings? Maybe Boris Wings. Thank you for the €1. Thank you very much. That's awesome. I don't know if I've ever gotten €1 before. How is the family's house construction going? It's going okay. They got walls and stuff like that. We just kind of we ran it because both our phones broke on this trip and everything went wrong on the trip. You guys will see. It took me 24 hours to come home, no sleep. You'll see coming up. Don't worry. Everything could go wrong, went wrong, and through this thing. So our money was pinched really bad this month, and so we could only give them 12,000 pesos this month. Maybe I did earlier in the month, but either way, just the last few days ago, I was able to give them 12,000 pesos to help with the house. It's just when we can afford it, we give them something in it. Some months I'm giving like 80, 90,000, but lately it's just been a lot smaller, so maybe 40 or less, so I had to give 12. That's a lot of money. As a Canadian, it's $1,000, right? If it's 40. So doing our best, but yeah, it's getting there. Oof. Okay. What is your basketball team? Sorry, I don't have time. I just don't have time. Let's see. Hey, newsflash. You guys are doing this. Sorry, some Asian places can be more feminist than you can ever believe. Well, here, the women are like the rule of the house, right? They kind of do, and they keep the order. And they're the strict ones, and for the kids and all that kind of stuff. And the husbands are kind of afraid of them here or whatever, that kind of thing. So it is that way, but it's not what feminism has become. Does that make sense? You understand what I mean there? Like, one's more matriarchal, and the other one's it's just gotten to a point where it's a little too insane. So, and there you go. Feminism has ruined Western relationships. And I think it's a mix. It's the understanding there needs to be a balance at home as well in the finances. 2 people working if can it be avoided, should be, if you have a family, right? Or if you have a house, if you have like it's a lot of work to upkeep a house. Like I give Catherine tons of credit, and I will always give tons of credit, what she does for us. I I could do it. I don't want to do it. It's like, but she loves it. So it's a good balance. We have a balance. It works. It's great. And she's happy doing that. She has no ambition to do other things. I'm not stopping her from doing anything. I'm not forcing her to do anything. I'd be the first person to say, here, you want to go back to college? Go back to college. Go make something in your life. I'm not going to be around here forever. Yeah, I know, Jose, I'm going to live forever, but I'm not. And so, yeah, that's the thing. Let's do real quick here, because you guys are awesome. And let's get off of that. You guys have seen that site. If you don't know, if you're new, you want to come to the Philippines, you don't know anything about the Philippines, don't mind my internet. It's a little slow because I'm sucking it up with this right now, and it will load in a second here. Check out this site, okay? On a phone, it looks even different. But you see this quiz here? It's free. All my websites are free. This is called, oh, and I'm as a member right now, so I'm just going to sign out just because it doesn't look like that for you guys. Okay, it did. So anyway, so this is what it looks like. See, it says take the quiz and all that stuff. So you answer this quiz, it will tell you where the best places in the Philippines are for you. It will take your questions, your answers to those questions, and tell you, okay, these are the places you're going to need. And I tailored all these questions like personality traits and stuff. And so this is going to be helpful for a lot of you. If you don't know where to live or just don't know where to go in the Philippines, that kind of thing, this will help you. And then not only that, it'll give you like a breakdown of each of the areas. It'll show you rentals in those areas from my rental website, not specific to you, but the last 3 recent ones from your areas that are suggested to you. It'll tell you everything, like, do they have typhoon risks, if they have taxis or Grab or anything available. Grab is like Uber here. But then also if you click on resources here, everything from travel and health insurance. Fantastic rates here, by the way, just so you know. You help me by clicking on these links. I appreciate that. But different websites, so the 3 different major airlines here, all their websites, just click on them. Short-term rentals, where I need to put me in there because we have short-term rentals now too, so I have to put that in. So here's the long-term rentals, this is resources, so this is just showing the last 3 period posted on the website today, which we get lots. Click that, it'll open up the whole site. Buying properties, the last 3 recent purchases. Banking, different ways to bank as a foreigner here. So you got Wise, which is, to me, I use Wise. So I can take money out of my Canadian bank account and I can have any currency in the world, pretty much, 170 some odd countries. So I have a Philippines bank account, I have a Singapore bank account, I have a British bank account, I have all that with Wise. And they're real bank accounts with like the account numbers and the transfer numbers and all the SWIFT codes and all. I have a real bank account. And I have all these bank accounts. And so I can move money so quick and it's instantaneous. And I have a Philippines bank account, so I can take from my Canadian, instantaneously move it into my bank account here, like within seconds, which is really good. And they have one of the most closest to 100% what the bank pays for exchange rates. Wise is always rated better than Remitly and the other ones. So anyway, if you click my link, I make $10. So I'm not just saying it because of this, because I literally use it. So Charles Schwab, if you have a bank account with them, there are no foreign ATM fees. So if you are American, you get a Charles Schwab. It's a special kind of account. Just make sure you check with them. And then you get all of your ATM fees back because it's very expensive to use ATMs here in the Philippines with a foreigner card. You're paying 250 pesos every single time you use it, and you're only allowed to take like 10,000 pesos. What is that? 140 bucks. That's the max. You got to keep doing it. 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, and you're getting hit 250. So you need a bank account that does it. Now, Gcash, I don't even use Gcash, but it's a common thing here. It's like PayPal, but it works on your phone, and you can pay people with it everywhere here. It's more common, but I couldn't get myself verified. So, but it's still there because it is the #1 most popular app for payment here. Grab, Food Panda, all that kind of stuff. And then JRC for if you need help with visas or consultations, but then the Bureau of Immigration. So if you want to just apply for it on your own, and the SRV visa. Then also in 6 days, 23 hours, we have the next, I do like a community call, right? It's a Zoom call. So you're all in it, and we talk about whatever you want to talk about, anything. And so you can get advice from me, but you can get advice from this guy who's lived in Manila for a while, or wherever you want to live. There'll be different people in there, and we have an expat meetup live. But you have to be a member of this like site here. It's my only thing that I actually try to cover some of my costs, because last month, thanks to the fast growth of my websites, I got nailed with an $800 charge running these sites. So it's just a bad luck thing. Anyway, I'm not going to go all into it. So forgive me if I try to make a little bit back. If I make $80 or $100, but I'm paying $1,000 a month to give people a free website, nobody should hate me on that too much, I think. There'll be hate. Don't worry. I'll get the hate. Hey, somebody thinks I'm a good man. Thank you very much, Dale. Thank you. Thank you. Can you hire a car from Rojas City Airport? Yeah, well, you can rent one here. If you need one, just email me and I'll give you their car rental company. And there are some taxis here, but you generally helps to pre-book. But we are the airport's here, beach is right here. Okay, so you can go from me to the Canadian Beaver and all the resorts, 2 kilometers. So you might have to put up with a trike, because there'll be a bunch of trikes when you get out, if the taxis are not there, or there's no grabs available at that time, because we have very few grabs right now. But you'll be at the beach in 2 minutes. It's just a short little put up with it. It's not that bad. You would have 7 million pesos if you're not sunk. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. But you know what? You have to take risks in this world. I still own 20% of it. It's still operating. So you got to take risks in this world, but also like life isn't about accumulation of things. It's accumulation of experiences. And I had a hell of an experience. I'm not going to regret it. Learned a lot. So, and I try to share what I learned with other people, because why? You shouldn't go through the same pain. And I think I've stopped a few people from making my mistakes. Anyway, it is what it is. Again, thank you for all your help. Fall of 2027, August, September is coming quickly. I enjoy looking at the rental site. Gas in southern Missouri is $3.99 today and dropping. Look at you guys, living life, living life. Cheers, Captain Sully. Sorry, I probably already missed you, but thank you very much for joining. 7 million is a lot. Yeah, I lost a lot. How much is a plane from Manila to Jensen? I don't know. Gotta say, I don't know. That's bottom. So I know where it is. It's over here from Davao, but I'm sure it shouldn't be that expensive. It's not Siargao. Siargao is just because it's so damn popular. But my guess is 8,000 pesos round trip. I'm just guessing. You have to Google it. Painting your roof white decreases room temperature. Yes, roof temperature is 55 to 9 degrees. Definitely does. I tell my Philippines wife about your session with the community members about the radiology business. I thought it was a fantastic idea. Fantastic. Yeah, I think it's a lock. It really is. There's enough people that are going all the way to Iloilo City to get things done. It makes sense. I haven't been to General Santos, Manny Pacquiao's house. I have not yet. I've only been to CDO. And I paid for 2 flights to Davao, like 2 different times, paid for flights. Didn't make it. Sad. There you go. TPL. Well, it's tplbuy.com. No dot. The dot is after buy. But yes, thank you. Hi, Mike. I know it's possible to get an old age security and the Canada pension plan while living overseas. Yep. But can you get the GIC, guaranteed investment? No. Like the 70-year-old and up thing one, you have to live in Canada to get that, I believe. You won't get that. So you'll just get your Canada pension plan. I don't even think you get the old age security, but could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm probably not the person to ask because I'm not there yet, but I thought you had to be in Canada to get the 70 and up one. Only the ones you pay into, as far as I know, you get back if you don't live in Canada anymore and you're no longer a resident. We'll be in Cebu in 2 weeks in Dumaguete, then Dumaguete. Any recommendations where to stay in Dumaguete? Not more than $75 a day, close to the beach. The beach is kind of far. The beach is down by the airport. There's not really anything over there. And there's nothing on the beach. So if you go to the beach, like if you want to be near the beach, you're going to be away from everything. You're going to be away from where all the people are going to be, all the hot spots and everything else. It's a waterfront, but it's got like, you know, the seawall and all that stuff, right? Dumagitti's not a beach place. So that's the problem with that. I know a great place that I would recommend to go, but that's just so you're in the hub of it, everything. And it's kind of fun to be there, but it's, no, the beach. Yeah, once you go to Dumaggitti, you'll see what I mean. It's not a beach place. If you're going to Darwin, it's a beach, sort of beach place, rock beach, because it's a scuba diving place, right? But if I look it up here, it's right by Sullivan University. I'm just looking real quick here for you, but not beach, but waterfront, facing the waterfront, because you have to be across the street there in Dumaggitti. There's Silliman's, and it is called the Brick's pretty nice too, actually. I don't mind the Brick, but that wasn't the one I was thinking of. It is this, yeah, Dumaggitti Seafront Hotel, and ask for one of the rooms that face the water. They're only like 25 or 2,700 pesos, but the waterfront ones go quick. The other ones are not so great, I'm going to be honest. Only the waterfront ones is what I'm going to suggest. Dumaggitti Seafront Hotel. It's right by Silliman College. And if it's booked and you can't get that, then try the Bricks Hotel, like bricks, like you build your house brick, the Bricks Hotel. That one is like 3,000 for the cheapest room. So it's probably 3,500. So you're talking like 50 bucks, 40 bucks. Dumaggitti is really good for price. I'm going to be very honest with you. You would think that in the hottest spot, but it's really not that expensive there because the competition is pretty high. And it's the same with rents. Rents are really affordable there too. So keep that in mind. It's a good spot to go to, because there's just been Americans going there for so long, other expats. What about CDO? Yeah, I've been to CDO. Yeah, we loved it. I like, you know, Uptown. Uptown CDO is quite nice. Can't make money in the Philippines. So the Canadian Beaver never made money, number one. No, I can't personally make money. So I couldn't take any dividends. I couldn't make any money. The corporation, if it possibly could make money, that would have been wonderful, but I wouldn't have been able to take any dividends. Catherine could have, as a Filipino, but I can't. Do you use your credit card in the Philippines? No, I don't use credit card anymore. When I left Canada, I paid everything off. I have PayPal. I have a credit card, but I just don't use it. If Mount Mayon erupts fully, we're all going to end up like the fall of the dinosaurs. Well, let's hope not. Let's hope not. Thanks for your response. Thank you very much. Thank you. You're only as old as your date. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Some do. Some do. Some don't. Some don't. Some really don't. They should have salsa dancing. They should. Somebody's got to start it. Somebody's got to start. Well, I think they do in bigger cities for sure. It's Philippines will definitely make you younger, especially if that's one. No joke. Hi, Mike. Iron Mike here. Hey, Iron Mike. What's up, brother? Looking forward to your next That Paradise Life mating. I'm looking forward to too. Wishing you a great week until then. I can't wait to connect with you, everyone, again. Thank you very much. So, Iron Mike, come join me and Iron Mike. Go to thatparadiselife.com. Join as a member and come in there. You get tons of things, by the way, if you're a member on that website. Like everything you're going to need to know. You can pick a city and full deep dives of everything, telling you what the best neighborhoods are to go to, where all the malls are, where the top hospitals are, everything about a city. Like that, it's just like everything. But there's a million other things, calculators on that don't just tell you, oh, this is how much you need to retire. No, no. How much money you need to bring with you when you come here the first time. It's all on sliders. So when you select everything, gives you a whole budget out and everything. Lots and lots of things like that. And make it worth your while. If you're only old as you, Jay, then some of these 65-year-olds are 18. Maybe at heart. They're keeping up, aren't they? Scott's Philippines Adventures. I retired in 5 days at age 55. Congratulations. Freedom 55. Anybody remember that used to be a thing? And will be permanently in the Philippines and on the 18th. So looking forward to it. Fantastic. Welcome to the Philippines. A little early, but. Amanda, bury the cat. What about this itinerary? Manila, Baguio, Angeles, Boracay. Well, I would do Manila, Angeles, then Baguio. Well, actually, no. See, the thing is so Baguio has no airport, right? So you're actually probably right, because you know the good thing about going from Manila to Baguio is that you have the sleeper buses in Manila, and you can go in them, and they're like a bed of your own, a little curtain. You close it, and you just get there, right? You're going to go through Angeles to get there, but you can't take that bus if you're in Angeles. You can only take it from Manila. And to get to Boracay, you have to go back to Clark, right? To get to an airport to fly to Boracay or Manila. So no matter what, you're going to have to do that because there's no airports in Baguio anymore. They have a a charter airport now. That's it. And so there's specific charter flights that are possible, but for large groups, like you book out the whole plane. So yeah, and you're going to do a drive. I just came in on Love and something about a peaceful place, a short drive from Clark Airport. Oh, wait. Just came in on this, Love, and you said something about a peaceful. Oh, Bataan. 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 It is the province. You can see this big, long province down there. Really, really beautiful province. And you can go to Las Casas, Filipinas de Aquazar. Go to my YouTube channel after. My #1 video. It's like 5 million, 1.7 million views for a reason. That place is crazy. You got to go check that out. Go check out that place if you can afford it. It's a little pricey, but one of the craziest places in the Philippines. Like, just doesn't match anything else you've ever seen. It's Philippines 100 years ago, but like with air conditioning and modern, and like it's hard to describe. Watch that video. It's my #1 video for a reason. You guys are chatting. Okay, so let that go. The ferry rides you guys took were brutal. Oh, wait till you see my coming home. Can't wait till they add the infrastructure for the bridges. I realize it won't be to all islands, but it will help. It will. Like, it's going to be a long time, but could be. They say 5-6 years, and they said that 2 years ago that they were already started, and they're still on engineering reports. The Iloilo one. So it's going to be a long time. Gotta go. Okay, Dale, thank you very much. Well, believe it or not, there's a bunch of reasons. They're not even always the girls. Rarely, actually. The dating websites, there's two different kinds. There's the dating websites that pay men. So if you're Canadian and you want to live here in the Philippines, there's some dating websites. Many of the big names they're all Israeli owned. They will pay that Canadian, not me, by the way, to pretend to be a girl on a website to keep them hooked to other Canadians. The reason they want a Canadian, they want to be able to pay you cheap. So they get somebody living here, they'll pay you $100 a day or whatever. And they just have you messaging as if you're a girl. And keep them on the hook, keep them in the website that they're paying for, that kind of thing. And they need a Canadian because they need to be able to understand the concept of things. And so they say, oh, have you ever been to Toronto? Oh, yeah, I've been to Mississauga, I've been to this. You'd have to have that local knowledge sort of thing. And so they do this. And so that's one. Then they have these big, like generally Chinese run operations here where they will have like 10 girls in a room all the way down, and their jobs are only to go on dating websites and siphon money. But these girls, it's almost like slavery, to be honest. The police crack them down and nail them all the time, and gotta be safe. Pick the place, then pick the girl. That's the rule. I did not go to the Pink concert. No. What's the area he mentioned? A short distance from Clark. Yeah, so I think I answered that now. Go to Bataan and go to Las Casas de Filipinas de Aquazar. Do sailors from U.S. and Canada still go to... Ooh, I don't know where that is, so I don't know. I'm still in the United States, and the summer where we go, on average, we get 4 to 5 power outages every summer. Wow. Yeah, so like on par. Don't get me wrong. There's parts of the Philippines that they get them twice a day. So real provincial areas. I'm Michael. Maybe somebody else you're talking to. Oh, that's Mark. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. Did you happen to buy your PC tower there, or did you ship yours? I'd love to bring my desktop, but I'm not sure it's feasible. I bought everything online here. It's not feasible, unfortunately. But I would pack your graphics card and bring it in your carry-on bag, because they are a fortune here and super impossible to find. And your RAM too. And why not your CPU? I pack it all, pack what you can. But the case, no, buy the case here, buy the fans here, that kind of thing. But buy everything else you can. The crazy thing is everything's made in Taiwan or whatever. But when you buy it, it comes from the US. Right? Like it's cheaper in America. America, even though it comes from Taiwan, it's cheaper in America, even if it doesn't come from the US. The Philippines, it is very expensive here. I looked it all up. It's not cheaper in the US, or it's cheaper in the US, sorry. I plan on bringing my components and buying the case. Yeah, there you go. Power supply. Yeah. But don't buy it in the malls. Oh, actually, I bought the power supply in here. It's a big one. It's 1,300 watt power supply. So at least it's big. But everything else I had to buy online. I have it shipped. One of the reasons I'm interested in the Philippines is that I perceive relationship values there to be more traditional. They are, and family-oriented. If you go to the big cities and stuff like that, you'll get more career-minded, career goal people. That kids is out of the question. Well, look, if you look at the stats, they say now a woman born in Manila, the average now, the birth rate average per female in Manila is 1.4. The replacement rate's 2.1, and it's 1.4. So they're losing that whole thing. It's not about families anymore. Now it's career. Very Catholic country too. Yes, very much. Married to my Filipina, 28 years together, 29. She hasn't worked. Went to a job, 27 of those. She raised our kids and took care of the house. I worked to take care of the family. Fantastic. Listen, somebody's got to take care of it. Never said it had to be the girl. What's availability for supplements or deliveries from Amazon? Yeah, you can get Amazon here, no problem. Are you... Oh, no, I'm 51, so I can't get any pension. But yeah, you can get supplements, no problem. You get them online, though, generally. Amazon, Lazada's cheaper. And, the crazy thing is I don't endorse this, okay? YouTube, I don't endorse this. Condemn it, okay? I absolutely condemn it. If you look up your prescription on Lazada, you'll find one that has one letter different, and then the box will come and it'll be that prescription. It'll be the right box. Crazy. No prescription. I totally condemn that. I'll have to check fidelity. In your opinion, is ASRV worth it? No other country in the world has a lifetime retirement visa for that. So tourist visa is going to cost you right now $600 to $800 a year, right? Something like that, $600 or $700 a year. The 15K, you don't lose it. It's just a deposit. It just sits there. It's in your name. So when you pass away, or if you leave the country for good, you'll get it back. Or you pass away, goes to whoever your will goes to. So it's there. And if you buy a condo one day, you can replace it. You can exchange the title for like the lien on the title of 15K for that 15K back. So it's not like it's gone. But no other country in the world is giving that. So that's why it's tremendous. You also run the risk that, is the tourist visa always going to be the same? Will it double in price? Now it's 15K, like it's going to be within 10 years, it's 15K. You're in and out privileges. So when you leave here, you need permission to leave here if you're on tourist visa longer than 6 months. You have to go and pay a fee and all this stuff, and there's a big hassle. Every 2 months, you have to renew your tourist visa. So there's a lot of reasons why 15K could be worth it. If it's your last 15K, you're probably not going to be thinking it's worth it. But there's a lot of advantages, and no other country in the world is giving that cheap. Chicago average is about 520 to 536 per gallon. There you go. Hi, Mike. It's Conti Tour Girl here. I have to go now. Love your YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Hello, Mike. Another good transportation app for a lot of cities. Maxim. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, and hey, Fish Tank. What's up, brother? And in some places, it just does deliveries. In other places, it's more than that. So Maxim is same thing. Like you can even grab, like if you want to order food, right? Like Food Panda, Grab. A lot of people will just call the restaurant, place the order, then go to Maxim app, pay the 60 pesos or whatever, and then we don't pay the fee over top of what the restaurant charges, and send the Maxim driver there to pick up the food and pay for it and collect the money from you. So it has a lot of advantages. In Cebu, Mac 10 Island for weekly beach day. Moalboal for weekend snorkeling. Bantayan, I always say that one wrong. I also get stuffed because I'm just getting over this cold. There we go. For long weekends and relaxation, Simoleon Island as a bucket list. These had a lot of questions marks here, but they're all great places. I haven't been to the Bantayan Island. Certain people keep bugging me to go there. It is a very provincial place. Keep that in mind. Moalboal, provincial, but there's a lot of people there. No malls, nothing like that, type thing. So, but you go there and go snorkeling, no problem. Mac 10 Island, you see my videos, you're gonna have a good idea on that. I've never been to Simoleon Island, but you're picking a lot of provincial areas outside of Mac 10. Moalboal, a little bit more there, like I said, but for the most part, still provincial, but there is a lot of resorts. Getting a 20-foot container and shipping through Manila Forward is all my computers are coming in with me in that sense. Household. Yeah, if you get the SRV visa, you're allowed $15,000 US worth of goods to bring with you. So people will get a container and fill it up. Are you still in El Nido? No. Do you have a typhoon there? So I'm not there. They're not getting a typhoon. Don't worry. The only typhoon is going up to Japan. It's a super typhoon. And so there's a monsoon, which is just because of that typhoon, there's some big rain coming over this way. It's hitting starting tomorrow for about 3 days. We'll get a lot of rain, but it's just rain. Nothing too crazy, but I'm back in Rojas City now. My videos will keep coming out for a few more days in El Nido, and then I'll be caught up. Happens every time I travel because I can't keep up. Prices have gone up in every country. Yes. But I think a lot of people's incomes have been able to go up. And in this country, no. So that's a big problem. Thank you for your TPL website. Helped me tremendously when I moved here to Baguio. Hey, fantastic. Good to hear. 3 weeks ago from Elk, Oklahoma. So happy to hear that. I love to hear that stuff. Okay, where are we here? You guys are talking to each other. Is that true that you have to leave the Philippines after 6 months for a foreigner living in there? No, you need permission to leave after 6 months. You after you've been here 6 months, then you have to go just like a Filipino. Essentially, you have to get a permit to leave. It's a fee, but you have to go to there, fill in this paper and all this stuff, and then you go to the airport with your passport and everything, and then you have your exit visa in order to leave. But you don't have to leave. How is your subdivision project? Yeah, so we did talk about this earlier. It's the money. The money business partner, we're just waiting for him to. You ever heard of the term shit or get off the pot? Love to hear that one. My wife loves Lazada and Shopee. She has a mile long when we finally moved there. Yeah, well, Catherine loves it too. The younger you are, I believe the money goes up on the SRV if I'm getting the 13A. Yeah, unless you're military or you worked for like a big government agency or something like that, then you can get the cheap one, 1,500. But it's 15,000 for those that have a pension that are over 50 or older. It's more expensive if you're under 50. Do you need annual reporting with SRV? No exit clearance because you can allow to go freely back and forth. I think you still have something with the SRV every year, but I don't know for sure. I think it's every January you have to check in, but it could be wrong. No, it's not made by Maxim. Hi, I'm in Manila right now. How much is the flight from me to you? Well, one way, about 3,800 when I was looking up today. Two ways, you're looking at 6. It's around 6, just a little less for a round trip than paying double. All right. Can you put your bar's location? Of course, of course. It's actually in Google Maps. It's the Canadian Beaver Bar and Grill. Just look it up in Google Maps, though, because there's no street addresses here on the beach. It's called Unnamed Road. We call it the bye-bye. If you tell anybody, Canadian Beaver Bar and Grill. If you just say Canadian Beaver Bar, as soon as you get to the airport, they will take you there. And I think I spelled Canadian wrong there. I don't know what highlighted it. But all the truck drivers know it. And even if you, they'll probably say to you, are you going to the Canadian Beaver Bar? Because so many foreigners come every day, to come to the Beaver Bar. So it's pretty well known. Even if you go to your hotel, they'll be like, are you going to the Beaver Bar? Try Small Island. Yeah, I want to go there for sure. The bridge is very close to being done, build-wise. I don't know when its final date is. I think it's not for another 6 months, but it looks so close, and then it's going to be a hot spot, man. Anybody who would land there, it's going to go up. Moving to IT Park by August. I'm using JRC to help me find my first condo. Oh, fantastic. Looking there to move 38 Park. How much do you think the initial cost will be? It depends if it's furnished, not furnished. That's why I have a whole calculator thing on this. Because if it's fully furnished, well, then it's just your first and not your 3 months rent, because they do that here. And then, whatever you're going to spend a month, that's the hard part is what kind of lifestyle do you want to live? But you need a couple grand if it's furnished. Since I'm married to a Filipino who is a citizen, I believe I can get everything at a pretty good cost. The thing is, Catherine can't. It depends. Not every Filipino is good at bargaining and negotiating, that kind of thing. But many expats end up with girls that are so good at getting the deal. They squeeze the hell out of them. Catherine gets white price. I'm going to be honest. They look at her and they're like, you have money. Or they look on her Facebook page if she's writing people and they see me. So they're like, here's your white price. So I always get the people that we hire to do work at our house, that kind of thing. We get them to message people on Facebook for us or go and pick it. We pay them. Here's 500 pesos. Go get us this, that kind of thing. Because it's worth it. Because they'll get an entirely different price. If you're a veteran with honorable discharge, yeah. So it's $1,500 US deposit done. You're good. They're special occupation. So a friend of mine, he's a police. He was police for a long time. He even trained for the Afghan police force, and I don't think he could qualify. So you have to work with Red Cross, UN, one of these big government NGOs, government agencies, whatever you call them, and military. Any military in the world that is got a good relationships with the Philippines, they accept. So if you have honorable discharge, you'll get the SRV courtesy. But the rest of it, it's really up in the air. I'm not sure. It's a permanent visa. Yeah, okay. So you guys answered each other. That's great. That's great. Best way to Panay Island if I started, be cool. Getting a bus out of Manila. Wondering where to rent a Honda ADV on my journey. Not in Manila. See, the problem is the rental guys, they're going to run into some places like Batangas, for example, where they're going to be really strict on what bike gets on that boat. But here on these islands, you still have to show your paperwork. They rarely look at it. It's like rubber stamp, just go, because there's no big theft stuff that happens here. So it kind of depends on this stuff. It's really difficult. It's better to just get where you want to go and rent a bike there. Most places, well, they don't always have an ADV 160, but in Iloilo they do, that kind of thing, in bigger cities, Manila, no problem. But yeah, it's getting the permission to go on the boats from the rental company. They have to know, otherwise you could be in trouble and stuff like that, especially if something happens. I actually don't know. Getting a bus out of Manila. Yeah, get a bus out of Manila, but I would go down to Batangas, get on the boat, get your first destination, and then rent a bike. You know, that kind of thing. It's just so much easier. Is there a ferry? Yes, our ferry here goes to Batangas, right to our doorstep. Like it's just down the street from the beach. So the airport is actually technically the same distance, I think, to the popular part of the beach. The port is also right there. And so we have a couple different boats that go to Batangas every single second day. I think every second day there is a boat here. You can drive on it, or you can just be a passenger. So there you go. You just go down to Batangas and take the ferry. Or you could take the ferry from Manila, the to-go ferry, and go to Iloilo and jump the bus to come here. It's a bigger boat. It's a much nicer boat, to be honest. Still a to-go ferry here, but it's just like really nice. The one in Iloilo has. Any thoughts on how Filipinos are feeling about the cost increase? Yes, everybody's hurting here, man. Everybody's hurting here. And it's to a point where things don't feel worth it to them anymore. So they just won't do it because, you know, before you'll be able to get something for, oh, hey, you do this for me, I'll give you 300 pesos. You know, it's going to take a couple hours for them. And, you know, better than 500 pesos a day to do a couple hours of this. And they're like, yeah, the gas just to come and do that. It's just not worth it. They're just not going to do it. And so you really are going to have to increase your prices. But imagine like how truck drivers are feeling and everything else. Now, the fuel prices have gone down, but the food prices and everything else haven't. So if they're making the same amount of money or a little less, because it is more, a little less, but then just to buy food has gone up tremendously. You know, even 8 to 10% is a lot for them when they were just barely making by. So yeah, it is. It's not like extremes where you're like, oh my God, look what's going on. No, but it's incremental. And I've seen it. As a foreigner, I want to invest in existing business. What would be the best financial legal structure to ensure I'm properly protected and money is also protected? Well, as a foreigner, it needs to be $200,000 unless you're picking something out of that list with the Bureau of Investments. You go to the Bureau of Investments website and they will list the priority projects, right? And those you can get it reduced. There's an investor visa here at $75,000, by the way, but it's unless you have 200,000 US dollars to invest, then you can own 100% of a lot of different businesses if you have that much. Or if you, yeah, there's just so many, like, in order for it to be 100% foreign owned. So you could have 2 or 3 people, and then you equal 200,000. That's fine, but it has to be 200,000. And yeah, like I had a whole video on this, that the ones I suggest, because it came from people that really know what they're talking about. But on a small end, you're only going to be able to own up to 40% on average, for the most part. It's complicated. I don't want to give legal advice or anything else too. You really have to do that with a lawyer. But yeah, I have a whole video on that investment thing where you could own 100%. But yeah, investment vehicle and all that. Well, you can come here and you can buy into a REIT, you know, retire. What do they call those? Registered something. Like for example, Festive Walk is owned by Mega World, and they do a REIT there, and so they pay out pretty good percentages. And you can buy into that. There's no law in the Philippines that says you can't invest in their stock market, that kind of thing. They would love for you to, but yeah. Again, not legal advice. Don't take anything I'm saying as legal advice, please. Those applying for SRV, do it in the United States. You will save a lot of money and a headache. You can't. You can start your paperwork, but I'm 99.999% positive you cannot apply outside of the country. It just recently came up, so I'm pretty sure that's true. Does it even make sense to bring items in container if obtained by the SRV visa? Is a license insurance necessary for a yeah. And if your bike's over 3 years old, you have to get it reinsured every year, prove it. You have to get a smoke test done on it and all the lights checked. You have to go to emissions testing every single year. You got to pay all these fees every single year. So if your bike is 3 years or older, so every year I have to do it. And It's a real pain in the butt. I pay somebody to go do it all for me because I just can't stand it. But yeah, all that's insurance. And your license, you can drive here in the country for 90 days on your foreign license. And then after 90 days, you must go to the LTO and exchange it for a Philippines license. They don't take it from you, but they just take your license, look at it, and they copy it essentially, do your eye test and a few other things. It's not difficult. You don't have to take a road test or anything like that. Hello from County Roads, West Virginia. Hello, hello. Oh, I have to go soon. We haven't eaten dinner yet. Hello. Thanks, Mike. Iloilo is probably the best place to rent a... Yeah, it's pretty good. There's a lot of competition there. So, and then ride it to Rojas City. Seems that's really easy. And if you just look up on Facebook, that's how you find those rental guys. Iloilo Motorcycle Rentals, who I used to use all the time. Existing tech company owned by a Filipino. Sure. I think you're still limited at 40% without 200,000 deposit. TPL Electric Company, yeah, that power life. That'd be funny. I like to see anyone not from the United States try to make it here. It's so expensive to make it in the United States. Any Filipinos coming to the United States, good luck to you. Well, the thing is the Filipinos that are coming there are nurses. And if you get a good job in nursing, you could make 80 grand a year, 100 grand a year. So they're not coming there making a minimum wage. That's the thing. Like Filipinos aren't crossing the border at the southern border. You know what I mean? They're coming in because they have already a job, and they are very good at living in groups, saving money. Even people I knew people that made minimum wage coming to Canada, you know, early on or whatever, and then still just being a cleaning lady at a hotel sort of thing, and still finding a way to skimp living in Canada, very expensive, and skimp and save that $5, you know, $10 every month, just squirrel it away, that kind of thing. Yeah, they know how to do it. A little warning for the tourists in the Philippines: do not make reservations for anything in the provinces unless you're sure you're going to make it there. There's a no refund policy in the province. There you go. Yeah. Anybody who asks for a deposit, by the way, people might scam you. Almost never pay a deposit beforehand. Simple as that. Just don't. People will say, oh, you want me to show you this apartment? Well, you know, the last two guys didn't show up. So if you give me 3,000 pesos, then okay, I'll show you the apartment. Otherwise, I'm not going to make it worth it. It's a scam. It's a scam. There's no apartment to show you. He put a nice apartment, cheap price. It's a scam. Planning to invest in Jollibee. Oh, there you go. And any business under the wife's name. There you go. Yeah, I haven't looked it up recently. I think it was like 8% or 10%. It's not bad. Yeah, it's a really good number, and it's not going to lose money. Think about it, because it's that project specifically. Festiwalk, if you've just been there, you know that place is booming. It's doing very well. It's a good steady. But I think the value kind of stays where it is. You just get the 8%, right? So say it stays at $100, sometimes it floats only 99 to 101, and then it just pays out these dividends all the time. You lived in Iloilo. How does it compare to Rojas? Well, it's just different. I got to get my coffee. My throat is disappearing. Iloilo is a big city, like 2.5 times bigger than Rojas City, and it has, you know, it's going to have more because it has that. But it's a very suburban, you know, live in the subdivision, nice restaurants and a nice malls and stuff like that. Rojas is kind of like a beach town, plus it's a 200,000 person city, so it's not small. So we have some modern amenities and we have some nice malls here, but they're not big, enormous malls, not mega malls. And so it's like a provincial beach town city. You know, it's hard to explain. And Iloilo is it's a really nice, beautiful city with everything you're going to need out of a city without all the crazy traffic. I'm making my coffee. Don't mind me. And then I'm going to have to go soon. I can't even breathe out my nose. And I know Catherine's waiting at home to make dinner. I'm sure she's been messaging me. Get off. Get off. Oh, no, she's not. She wants me to pick her up something, I think. Oh, let her know so she can make the food. Oh, her head hurts. Oh, no. Oh, she's taking a nap. Okay, let her take a nap. because it's what, 11 o'clock at night and we still haven't eaten dinner because I've been working and I couldn't do the internet from home. If you've been watching since the beginning, I know this is a long live, but I need my coffee. Instant coffee. Welcome to the Philippines. I have a coffee maker, but instant really is all over this country. You get used to it. You get used to it. I just like the convenience. I just flip it on. Sorry if that made noise. Almost done, almost done, almost done. Oh, I don't want to spill. No spilling. Okay. Have you ever thought of export business for alcohol? Oh, yeah, sorry, export business. You can own 100% of that stuff. There's like no minimum investment on anything export, by the way. I forgot about that. Geez, thank you. No, because I don't have the... In order to do something like that, you need... If you came from that industry, you will do very well. But you need the contacts in those countries. So Koreans come over here, they're very good at export. So because they had the contacts in Korea where they can find the buyers to buy their product, they just arrange the distribution part of it and they make their cut, right? They're 20%, whatever, right off the top. And it's just pushing paperwork. They do it really well because they had that connection. And it'd be the same with America, Canada, or anything. If you have the distribution there, come here. Come here by all means, and because you can own an export company without the minimum investment and everything, and 100% ownership and everything, as long as you're exporting. It's great. Hello, Arkansas. My dad was born in Pine Bluff. I grew up in Little Rock. Oh, you guys talking to each other, maybe? Watching from Victoria, BC. What's up? Any durian trees on Panaya? Yes, there is. Any breadfruit trees? I don't know about the breadfruit, but yes, durian, definitely. Mike, it's almost 11 o'clock. You need to eat, brother. I know. We're coming up on 2 hours. Yeah, I'm going to leave soon. Not worth it at 8%. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not, I'm just, he was asking. So that's probably one of the better ones. Like Filipinos have some good, their bank accounts that pay that much. Million peso minimum, I think it is. And they can get that just sitting in a bank account. Locked up. Let's see. The only stopping block for me is paying out of pocket at hospitals and tally up with insurance later for refund. VA is not direct billing. They are not. Well, sort of. Your emergencies, they are not. But the hospitals will work with the VA, like Medical City does, for example, where they will say, this is what's going on, and get an authorization. And then with that authorization, they can proceed and they will bill. But they only do it with that document. I can't remember what it's called. I'm going to be at Medical City in Manila next month. And they are one of the ones that they do billing with the VA. They're approved. And so, and I believe Iloilo is the same thing. And so they're going to explain it all to me, how it all works. And I can finally give you guys that answer. So stay tuned next month. Least crazy traffic. Exactly. That's a good way to put it. Another blogger said it still had some crazy stuff on the roads, but less than anywhere else. Yeah. I'm crazy. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah. Hey, later, Rick. Thank you very much for joining. I don't know. Probably. I don't know. I got too many things to worry about. Worrying about coffee. Thanks, Mike. Hope to meet you in person one day. Fantastic shade tree shenanigans. I'm looking to move 2027. Should we sell everything and go? That's what I did. I just went. Never been here before in my life. I didn't come here directly, but the plan was to come here directly. It was just closed. But yeah. How long do I have to be here to open a Philippines bank account? So the rule of thumb is 3 months. And the reason is that 2 months, you will have to get an ACR card, but you won't get it most cases until you're hit around 90 days and you'll go to pick it up and you'll have it. Then once you have an ACR card, you can walk into a bank, and ask them if they will open you a bank account. The bad news is you'll probably have to go to 10 banks, even if it's the same company, until one of them says yes. That's the sad part. Now, if you have an SRRV, that's different. That's an entirely different thing. Now you have a permanent residency. You're not a risk to them. They'll let you open a bank account. But yeah, if it's a tourist visa, it's hard, but after 90 days, you'll get them. I have a few bank accounts here, no problem. All right. My first hotel room when I got to the Philippines was a scam. Oh, look at that. That sucks. Yeah, I'll just book on the big websites then. You know, it's the only way, like hotels.com, that kind of thing, because then at least they'll refund you, or Airbnb. I watched a video about American planting vanilla in the Philippines. Yeah, vanilla works here, and obviously cacao, chocolate, right? The thing about everything is the money is made in the finished product. Cacao is a worldwide market, for example, right? Coffee is a worldwide market, so that the going price is a worldwide price. So it could dive down, that kind of thing. But if you make a product, you make the coffee and you package it and you sell it to the consumer or to the distributor that sells to the consumer, you'll get way more money than if you just sell it raw. Way more money. You'll profit a lot more. And that's no different than chocolate. Cacao, you can barely break even just growing cacao, yet chocolate's so expensive. But it's if you make it into chocolate, put your own brand on it or other people's brand on it, that's fine. You can just sell them, no problem. We'll be your manufacturer. Then you can actually make really good margins. But the money is generally not in the raw materials. It's in the finished goods. Okay. And milk the milk here is from New Zealand, and it's in Tetra Paks, and you don't have to refrigerate it until you open it. So it sits on the shelf in the hot store, and it doesn't go bad. How crazy is that, right? Anyway, guys, as you can see, and I need to go home, let Catherine feed me. Hopefully she's okay, or I'll figure it out on my own. I want to thank you guys for joining. I appreciate it very much. And more videos to come. But if you haven't seen, I put a video up like 1 hour before this. You got to see that. You never imagined how dead El Nido was. And El Nido is like the most #1 place in the Philippines. And I couldn't believe it. The weekend came and I was like, oh my God, where is everybody? And I was like, okay, maybe they're out on tours. And then the night comes, still nobody. It was really, really crazy. So, yeah. Could do is ask the business for a refund on your behalf. It's still up to business to refund you. I wasn't aware of that, but your credit card company or whatever, that kind of thing. But Airbnb, then. Airbnb, I always get refunds. When it's a scam or whatever, I show up, there's the owner's living in it. They always gave me the refund. Yes, you can get a U.S. bank account. That is true. Not a Philippines bank account, and certain banks will do that. On a tourist visa, though? Security bank? But either way, somebody had said that to me before. All right. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. And once again, go and check out all the sites, thatparadiselife.com. Go to resources. All my sites are always listed there. Thatparadiselife.com. All your things you're going to need to move here, whatever. Use my Wise link. I'll make $10. Doesn't cost you a thing, by the way. And you get something too. You get your first transfer for free. So it's good to have a Wise bank account, especially for your first 3 months. I still use it even after my 3 months because it takes 3 days to get my money, just Swift transfer from Canada to here. And with Wise, it's instant. So that's why I still use it. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Have a good night. Be good. What's a really nice hotel after landing in Manila? Oh, there's so many nice hotels in Manila. And Manila's huge. So where in Manila? That's a much bigger question, my friend. But there's so many nice hotels. You'll just pick a 5-star hotel. You'll be laughing. The casinos, man, they got monster casinos there and big, huge pools and fountains and everything. And it's so cheap comparative, right? And especially near the airport and all that kind of stuff. So nice, a good day. I keep the dream. Keep living the dream. I'm definitely going to do that. But I need a voice to do that. So thank you very much, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We'll see you again. Okay. Oof. I'm so exhausted. There you go. The Manila Hotel. There's somebody's suggestion right there. I used to have other ones.